Joe, Avis Joe family, man. Welcome back to the channel.
Hi guys.
It is another Soul Food Sunday. Soul Food Sunday, man. Damn.
Big Poppy decided to get into the kitchen this Sunday, so I'm excited to see how this all tastes.
I'm back. I'm back. Don't fuck with me now. Big Poppy's in the kitchen. But what we got on the menu today is I wanted to, char things up a bit. So we got some corn on the cob. We got some sauteed potatoes, extra crispy, and we got some oven fried barbecue honey chicken by your boy. And I made the honey barbecue from scratch. I should have done that thick poppy video, but
I didn't witness the sauce making.
She ain't witnessed all of that. But if it is your first time to the channel, man, don't forget subscribing, liking, because them likes do help me get viewed by other artists, so go ahead and like that, subscribe, you know what I'm saying?
And tell a friend.
And tell a friend. Become a follower to the family, man. But what we got for the topics today, babe?
Topic 1. We are going to talk about when do you think it's appropriate for your partner to meet your family? Whether that's your boyfriend or your girlfriend. So we'll start off with your thoughts.
Well, my thoughts. I say, depending on if you're traditional and if your mom,
please
define
traditional.
I mean, because not every male wants to just bring, somebody to meet their mom.
Sure.
Like especially with moms. Moms are sensitive. Mom's gonna fill them out off rip, depending on if you have a close relationship with your mom, which I do. You know what I'm saying? So like I was never the type to bring anybody around my mom. Like I know some of my friends, their parents met every single one of their girlfriends. Like every single one. And none of them lasted. So what do you think their mom is going to think when they bring their next girlfriend over? What do you think that is, babe?
I mean, I see where you're coming from. But I feel like, if you're at a certain point with your partner and you're doing certain things, you're talking about certain things, future plans, I feel like meeting your parents should fall into that. I mean, because if you're able to talk about that with your partner, then it should be a piece of cake for them to meet your family.
True.
Because clearly you think that much of your partner and your relationship that, like I said, it should be a piece of cake. Now, for me growing up, it was like anyone you say you're meeting at the skating rink, I want to know this person's face. I want to know what type of car he's driving. And I don't know if that's different because I'm a girl. So, of course, moms are going to be a little bit more protective. Not saying your mom wasn't protective over you. But, I felt like it was a little different for me growing up. But as I got older, then it was, okay, every person that I liked wasn't going to come home to mom. Like, I don't think my mom meeting boyfriends, or I wouldn't even call them boyfriends back in the day, to be honest. I wouldn't necessarily call that, like, my mom meeting whoever I was dating, because it was more so, if you're going out the house and you're meeting this person for dinner, if, God forbid, if something were to happen, I want to be able to give an explanation to the police. And my mom told me that every time. So it was more so on that scale versus, oh, I have a boyfriend, Mom, you going to meet him? So I think it was a little different for me growing up.
So say your significant other scenario.
Okay.
Significant other, y'all been dating for some time, a year,
I was
2
about
years.
to say, please define some time.
And you still haven't met his family. Do you feel like you're being hidden from them? Do you feel like something is wrong with that individual's family because you haven't met them yet?
I think it definitely brings up a lot of questions as to how do you view this relationship if I'm unable to meet your family. If that makes sense. Because, I mean, you got to think, like, you figure a year, 2 years in.
I get my turn.
Extra. I haven't even tried the chicken yet.
Well, give me a clap. I'm giving my own self a damn clap. This shit bomb as hell. Poppy coming back, y'all.
About time. Because we're on episode 4. So you mean to tell me you're just not getting back in the game on episode 4?
We'll be alright.
Okay. But like I was saying, what was I saying?
You were saying before the chicken hit me. What were you saying? I forgot. If you feel that you haven't met the individual family yet, and it's been 2 years, 3 years, you know.
I mean, I just feel like, you know, if that's a big thing for the boyfriend, the girlfriend, you just can't try to be cute and say the right things. Oh, I can see myself with you for the rest of my life. Clearly you can't if I can't meet your family.
Turn it off. So topic number 2 is, go ahead, babe.
Topic number 2 is, do you feel like it's appropriate to live with boyfriend, girlfriend prior to meeting the other one's family members? Thoughts?
Well, I think it was appropriate. I mean,
what makes you think that that's appropriate?
Because not everybody is going to meet each other's parents. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody does it by the book. You know, not everybody. You know what I'm saying? Has time to meet the other person's parents. Not everybody has. Hold on. Not everybody has that relationship with the you know, with their individuals, so that they can meet, you know, each other's parents.
Okay.
And some people just, you know, at the time don't want their significant other meeting the parents. You know.
But I just feel like if you're to that point to where you don't feel like it's time, then what makes you think in anybody's right mind that it's time to live with them? Say you're moving away from your hometown, from your parents, with somebody that they have absolutely no idea of who you're living with. Do you think that's fair to your parents? And especially for the people that have close relationships with their family.
No. But no, but at the same time, if you're moving away with that person, I'm pretty sure y'all had the conversation where they want to wait on meeting your parents. So I'm pretty sure you already know in advance you're not going to meet that individual's parents for a while, you know. But you already got that commitment to that individual, and y'all want to move together, you know. And then after y'all move together, then, you know, down the line he may say, okay, it's time for you to meet my parents. You know what I mean? Like,
when you say down the line,
just down the line, like everybody has a timeline when they want to do things, you know.
What do you feel is an appropriate timeline for you individually?
Individually, you know. Well, individually, me, I'll say, if you're that type of person, 2 years maybe, you know, max 3. You know, if your mom is one of those.
3.
If your mom is one of those, don't be bringing any old body to my house, you know.
I mean,
I want to meet the one you're going to marry.
My whole point is, I get the whole not bringing anyone random home. But if it's to the point to where, because me growing up, there was no living with anybody until you had a ring on your finger. So I guess you could say I grew up kind of traditional. So it's just, you know, to the point to where if I feel like we're gonna live together, we're gonna make this work, like, I don't understand why people still hold that meeting your family like as such a big deal. Like, if you can live with somebody, you can, you know, share things with them financially, you know, mentally, emotionally, but it's too early to meet your parents. That doesn't make sense to me.
Again, everybody got their own way of going about it, you know?
I mean, I guess you're right.
Because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean it doesn't make sense to the next person, you know what I'm saying? But I do understand where you're coming from. And things like that. Yeah. Have you ever had a bad experience with meeting your significant other parents?
Bad experience.
These ones are good as hell.
I want to take a bite before I answer that question.
Well, go ahead, think right. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Follow me on Instagram, you heard?
No. I mean, I haven't met everyone's parents that I've so-called call myself dating. But at the same time, I mean, dating, so-called dating at 14, 15 is different when you're 24, 25.
True.
So I wouldn't necessarily say I've had a bad experience. What about you?
Not a bad experience, but I had an experience where like I was dating somebody for not even long, but I met the mom and dad way too early, and the dad was like, when he met me, I could tell he gave me that energy. Like, all right, nigga. You know what I mean? Don't be fucking nothing up. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy. And I already knew me and the individual wasn't gonna last long. It was a little fling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already had that in my mind, okay. Couple months, it's cute. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Nothing long.
You out here having flings and shit.
This was Shawan days. Shawan University, you know what I mean?
Fayetteville State University, all day goes in the house.
So, man.
Yeah, I haven't had a bad experience. I mean, I do remember meeting like this guy that I was dating, but I was like stuck on him for a while, like middle school going into high school. So it was kind of like, oh, you want to hang out, you're gonna eventually meet their parents, you know. So I don't think it was anything serious, but you know, I mean, if you're gonna hang out at each other's house or XYZ is gonna pick you up, you know, you kind of have to know who you're dealing with.
True. Interesting. Topic number three, babe.
Topic number 3 is, what would you do with everything that we talked about if you and your partner were on different pages? Thoughts?
Different pages, as in one individual was like, okay, it's time. The other one is like, wait.
Correct.
Relationships are compromises, so I feel like y'all should come up. I feel like y'all should both be able to come up with a compromise. You know, talk things out, talk things through.
So how would there be a compromise if
on.
one person automatically doesn't want you to meet their family? So what compromise will you have? It's either you meet them or you don't.
Yeah, I'm talking about like a timeline. You know, say a compromise. Maybe if one individual isn't ready, maybe meet someone close to him, a sister. You know what I'm saying? A brother, something like that first, and then, you know, then go to the next level. Like, and I keep going back to the part where it's like, you know, everybody got a time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a time stamp on things when he wanted to do things. Not everybody's going to want to meet each other's mom or want you to meet their, or you know, a year or so, 2 years. You know what I mean? But I do agree that, you know, 2 years, 3 years, that is a long time not for you to meet somebody.
Do you? Do you really?
I do. I totally agree.
Do you really, really agree now?
So what's your thought on it?
I feel like as women, we're gonna naturally want to introduce a lot early on than men would. So I think that's just a natural compromise, I guess you would say, that you'll have to agree upon with your partner. But I mean, I just feel like once you reach a certain level with somebody, there should be no, I'm not ready. Because if you're not ready for that, then you're not ready for everything else that you've done with that person. And I feel like that just makes you reevaluate your relationship.
So your standards?
No, like, I mean, I just feel like that's common sense. Please comment below if you agree with me or if you agree with him. But, like, for instance, say you and your partner, y'all are going strong, loyalties, 100%, y'all move in together, y'all are talking about getting married, you know, XYZ, and then it's just like, oh, by the way, I don't think I'm ready for you to meet my parents. then maybe we need to backtrack on conversations because clearly, especially with people having closer relationships with their families more than others, you know, certain steps of life aren't going to happen without your family. And I don't see how anyone, now unless you don't have a good relationship with your family, can just walk down the aisle with somebody and they have no idea what you're doing. Or you've established this life with somebody in a different city, different state, and they have absolutely no idea what's going on. I just feel like that's weird, especially for people who have close relationships with their families.
True. Especially if you're walking down the aisle with somebody. Now, if you're walking down the aisle with somebody and you haven't met not one person of theirs, that's kind of odd. Like,
I mean, you don't have to meet everybody. I feel like you should keep it like immediate family only. Mom, dad, siblings. I mean, possibly niece and nephews if you have them. I mean, grandma on a holiday. You know.
Got you. But I'm not the type who will walk down the aisle with anybody if I don't know them, know their mom, their dad. That's kind of odd.
Okay, I have another question for you. This was a topic that we did not plan for you guys. Surprise!
Uh-oh.
So, what would you consider an appropriate meeting of your significant other in your family?
Like where?
Location. I mean, it doesn't. You can however you want to spend it.
Location-wise, I can see meeting at a nice restaurant. Being like, hey, we're in town. Say, you know, I would love to meet your significant other. Can you meet me at this restaurant? I think that would be good, or something open. You know. I think that going to the house is like so old-fashioned. You know, it's like, hey, we're going to my mom's house to meet them. You know, let's meet out somewhere. You know, let's meet at a restaurant, get to talk. You know, over some good food.
Is that so people don't act out in each other's house?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Things like that. That's what I think. What about you? Miss Corn on the cob.
And I got a piece stuck in this tooth, and I'm trying not to open my
No
mouth. I'm saying. I wouldn't necessarily say you have to put anything on it. I mean, because me personally, when everything's good and dandy, I mean, we can chill at my house, have a couple drinks, watch some football, watch some TV, listen to music, and everything will be fine. As if you were to go out to eat, and then you have my dad complaining about small portions. So, I mean, I guess you could say depending on how you want it to turn out.
Small ass portion meal. Wait, no.
I mean, no, and everything it's edible.
I hate going to a restaurant, off topic, when the portions are small as hell. That just eggs my nerve. I'm paying all this and you give me this little ass portion.
I mean, but baby, you have to realize, like, upscale restaurants, that's how it is.
Fuck that. I be good with cheesecake. Cheesecake is perfect.
Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, it's nice. You get good portions, you know, but you go, I'm not going to say no names, but your birthday, when I took you out to eat, that restaurant, it was nice as hell, upscale, real fancy, but the portions were small.
And
no time.
I love to eat, and only one meal stood out to me on the menu.
No time.
So I think both of us kind of felt the same way about that restaurant, but I appreciate you taking me out to dinner.
It's like it was fancy, so I feel like I had to take you there. You know?
I mean, you know, baby girl can get down to eat anywhere.
I cheesecake for twice the amount that I was gonna get. We could have been good. Dessert.
We could have went to Yard House.
Yard House got the wings. Damn, my bad. I fucked up. I did that expensive ass restaurant. Never again, though. Never again.
I mean, but at least we were on the same page about it. It wasn't like,
oh yeah, true.
I can't believe you think like that. It's my birthday, and this is how you feel. Both of us felt the same way, and low key, it was overpriced. Not saying that we'll spend money for good food when we want it. Let's just say, Big Boy and I had us a little flask that we was passing underneath the table, so we can, feel good while we're having these small ass portions.
No fucking time. But anyway, did we cover
A
everything?
birthday for the books.
Birthday for the books. Did we cover everything today, babe?
I think we covered everything.
We covered everything. Was the food good? First time I cooked in a minute, I know. Was it good?
I'm about to tear up this last meal once we sign off.
1 out of 10, how did Thick Poppy do?
You had to put me on the spot, didn't you?
Go ahead, 1 out of 10. What's up? 1 out of 10.
You know what? I'm going to give you an 8.5.
Oh, 8.5.
Because you should have given me some more damn mashed potatoes.
Oh.
Not mashed potatoes, the smoke.
I should have gave you some more potatoes.
Sauteed potatoes.
Them shits were bomb. I'm sorry, babe.
He has this thing with, he don't want to go to a restaurant for small portions, but he serves me small portions when we're at home.
Stop it. Why you put me on the spot before?
I'm just saying.
We just
because
finna sign off with the people. They finna
once
leave.
I get done eating, I don't want to be looking for a snack because I'm still hungry.
No time. Portion control. Portion control.
Well, you need a portion control when you go out to a restaurant.
Avid Joe family. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe.
Tell a friend.
We ain't going nowhere. I do post daily, and sometimes that is another Soul Food Sunday for your ass. Thick Poppy edition. I cooked this time.
Crunch edition.
Crunch edition. You know, a little bit of crunch chicken and whatnot, man. But for the bottom of my heart, I appreciate the views, the likes. Don't forget, share, man. We ain't going nowhere. I'm fucking with you. You fucking with me. Do you want to say anything before we leave?
Everyone be blessed. Be the best version of you that you can be. And again, tell a friend.
Boom, motherfucker.